Good. Hi students, very good morning. I am Niranjan Das, Acharya Saraswati Shishu Vidya Mandir Kabirpur. I welcome to you my English class. Well students, let's learn a poem of class 10th today. And this poem, according to the new syllabus, has been included in class 10th English book, and the title of the poem is The Flower School. Right students, the Flower School is by the great poet Rabindranath Tagore. You all must have heard his name. And you know students, Rabindranath Tagore was born in Kolkata on 7th May 1861. And you know, he was a poet, philosopher, patriot, playwright, novelist, and also he was the first Asian to win the Nobel Prize for his collection of poems, the Gitanjali. And but Rabindranath Tagore is also very popularly known as Ravi Thakur, and in his poems we find the real theme of his poems is nature, right students? And nature leaves a deep impression on him, and actually the inner voice of his poems is nature. So particularly in this poem we shall see he students, the title of the poem is The Flower School. So well children, what do you guess from the title of the poem? Flower School, the school made for flowers, where flowers are students, like boys school where boys are students, girls school, right? Similarly, the school is made for the flowers in which the flowers are students, right? So it's a very interesting, and although it's a very small poem, but it leaves a great impact on the readers, and we find the poet's childlike feelings, his emotion, and the description of a very innocent child. And the poem that follows is the description about between a mother and a child, and Rabindranath Tagore himself feels himself as a very innocent school-going child, and very simple, and out of simplicity and innocence of and childlike feelings, he has very vividly described this poem, particularly the Flower School. Right students? So now let's go through the poem and see what Rabindranath Tagore says about the Flower School. Right? So the title of the poem is Flower School. Well friends, let's see, go through the poem first. When storm clouds rumble in the sky, June showers come down, the west east wind comes marching over the heath to blow its bagpipes among the bamboos. Then crowds of flowers come out of a sudden from nobody knows where and dance upon the grass in wild glee. The very first stanza, children, the poet describes the poem with the onset of the monsoon, the rainy season, right? So monsoon you know मौसुमी वर्षा केतेबेले आसे ना जून मासरे साधारणतः एटा आसे so then the sky becomes cloudy and storm clouds rumble. So what is the meaning of the word rumble? Children, rumble means a series of sound, घड़ाघड़ी का जो शब्द हुए continuously. So this is the rumbling of the clouds. So when storm clouds rumble in the sky in June, the month of June, that means the poet very excitedly noticing the monsoon rain and how the sky appears, particularly during this part of the year. During this time, the sky looks cloudy. Clouds, huge mountains of clouds appear, and also the thundering sound, that is rumbling. And the thunder goes on making a noise continuously. Particularly in the month of June, showers come down. Showers, you know, Asura Varsha, showers. Rainfall for short time. अल्प समय पे जो वर्षा हुए आम जो गोटे असहाय वर्षा बोली कहती, राइट स्टूडेंट्स? सो at the onset of the monsoon, the rainy season, showers come down. That means the rain starts to fall from the sky, and the moist east wind comes marching over the heath to blow its bagpipes among the bamboos. You see, students, how Rabindranath Tagore very vividly, very beautifully pictured this particular poem. And it is obviously that obvious that how Rabindranath Tagore, so theme of his poetry is nature. That means he gets inspiration, he gets a great influence from the nature. So here in the first stanza, the poet describes the onset of the rainy season in the month of June, when the monsoon comes. Then we hear the rumbling, that is the series of noise of thunder in the sky, and huge mountains of clouds approach, and the moist is east wind. East wind, moist means slightly wet, moist. Slightly wet, adro, alpha adro. That is moist. So moist east wind comes marching over the heath. Heath, you know, students, heath is heath. Wild, uncultivated, land. जो जमीन चाष कर पतित जमी कौटी ना व्हाइट फॉरेस्ट रे the moistest wind comes marching आर्द्रतापूर्ण पुबई पवन कौन करे ना आगे आसे बही चले का ऊपर टर्न ओवर द हीथ ओवर द अनकल्टिवेटेड land of the white forest and its bagpipes among the bamboos. Bagpipes, you know, students, bagpipes is a musical instrument. Bagpipes musical instrument. What about the very clever? So, yes, a heat to blow. It's bagpipes among the bamboos. Bamboos means among the bushes. So, the very first stanza, the poet gives the picture of the beginning of the rainy season. The moist, the storm clouds make thundering, and clouds appear in huge, gently, and the moist, the slightly wet east wind comes approaching, and that throws over the wet or the uncultivated land in the forest, and it sounds, it plays its musical instruments among the bushes. Right, students? बुझी पार्छ पिला माने केमिति टागोरकर प्रकृति र चित्रण केते सुंदर जेते बेले आद्र उबे पवन बही आसे कौन सेते बेले हुए ना केते बेले कोडी बही आसे ना जो अनकल्टिवेटेड लैंड जो माने सब विभिन्न वाइल्ड फ्लावर्स एंड plants grow and it is not cultivated, and it starts playing its musical instruments, that is bagpipes among the bushes, among the bamboos, you know, बाउंस बुदा विभिन्न बुदा मान को भितरे बा मन भितरे कोन करे ना से जो उबे पवन र भितरे बही गला बेले कोन हुए शब्द करे, it makes thrill means science in शब्द करे. Okay, right, student? It is about the first stanza. Then let's see what happens. Then a crowds of flowers come out of a sudden from nobody knows where, and they dance upon the grass in wild glee. The second stanza, you see, students, crowds of flowers, a number of flowers. A lot of flowers come out of a sudden, come out of means they appear very suddenly. हठात कौन हुए ना बहुत संख्यार फूल कौन होती दृष्टिगोचर होती बा they bloom. That means with the onset of the monsoon, a lot of flowers starts blooming. The crowds of flowers come out of a sudden from nobody knows where. The poet here is confused. You know, it is the poet describes this particular poem in a very childlike manner. As an innocent school-going child, he thinks himself as if an innocent school-going little child. So out of simplicity of childlike thoughts, the poet begins the poem with the first stanza describing the monsoon, how with the onset of the rainy season, what happens, the thunder, clouds, and with here the grumbling sound, the series of sound, and in the sky, and the sky looks cloudy, and a moist of wind, east wind blows over the uncultivated land and makes a sound that the poet thinks, the poet says, as if it plays its bagpipes, it plays its musical instrument, its music among the bushes, among the bamboos. This is all about the first stanza, children. Then on the second stanza, then the poet wonders, ସେ ଆଶ୍ଚର୍ଯ୍ୟ ହେଉଛନ୍ତି କବି, ଆରେ ଏଇ ଯେଉଁ ଫୁଲ ସବୁ ଥିଲେ କେଉଁଠି, ହଠାତ୍ କେଉଁଠୁ ହଠାତ୍ ଏସବୁ ଫୁଲ ପଳେଇ ଆସିଲେ? The crowds of flowers come out of a sudden from nobody knows where. Nobody knows where these flowers had been throughout the year, and they come out suddenly with the onset of the shower of monsoon and dance upon the grass in wild glee. Wild glee means wild excitement. You see, glee, wild glee. Glee, you know, students, glee means very excitement, with excitement. So the poet is very astonished. The poet wonders where these flowers had been throughout the year, and they come out so suddenly with the onset of the monsoon, the shower of rain, and the thundering sound of the clouds. And where had they been? Where they had been the entire year. He is very confused. He wonders. But and so he says nobody knows where these flowers have been the whole year, and why they come out so suddenly with the onset of the beginning of the rainy season, and dance. What do the flowers do? They dance with a lot of excitement, wild excitement on the grass. ସେମାନେ କ'ଣ କରନ୍ତି, ବିଭିନ୍ନ ରଙ୍ଗ ବେରଙ୍ଗର ଫୁଲ ହଠାତ୍ ଫୁଟି କ'ଣ କରନ୍ତି ନା ଏ ଘାସ ଉପରେ ବହୁତ ଉଦ୍ଦୀପନାରେ, ଆନନ୍ଦରେ, ଅତି ଉତ୍ସାହରେ ନୃତ୍ୟ କରିବାକୁ ଆରମ୍ଭ କରନ୍ତି. ସେକେଣ୍ଡ ଷ୍ଟାଣ୍ଡାର୍ଡ, ରାଇଟ୍ ଷ୍ଟୁଡେଣ୍ଟସ୍? Mother, I really think the flowers go to school underground. So you see, I just told you, friends, Tagore thinks himself as a simple child. He just a school going little child now. So he tells his mother, I really think. What does the poet think about the flowers? He thinks that the flowers go to their school, and their school is underground. Right, students? ଫୁଲ ସବୁ କେଉଁଠି ଥିଲେ? ତାଙ୍କ ବିଦ୍ୟାଳୟରେ ଥିଲେ. Here the poet compares the flowers with the school-going children. Our school-going children, when they are at school, they are in a custody, and they have some restrictions there, right? So he guesses, and he tells his mother, I think these flowers, they go to school, and their school is underground, right? They do their lessons with the door shut, and if they want to come out to play before it is time, their master makes them stand in a corner. So you see, students, it's slightly like feelings. The poet says these little flowers are students, and they go to their school. Their school is underground, and what do they do at school? Like other children, like the students, like little children. What do little children do at school? You know what? You are students. So what do you do at school? You are in a custody. You are in restriction. You don't enjoy full freedom at school, right, students? You have to obey your teachers, isn't it? Right. So then these flowers, they are students. They are not flowers. They are students, and they go to their school and in the underground, and they do their lessons there. Doors shut. Doors shut means covered bond kari. Cover bond kari. That means they are in restriction. They don't enjoy the full freedom, and they, if they want to come out to play before it is time, then their master makes them stand in a corner. So, right, students, you think if you suppose you have not done homework, then you must feel, you must hesitate to come to school that day, right? And if you suppose you have come to school and if your teacher asks you why you have not done your homework, then how do you feel? You will be afraid, and because there is some restriction at school, right? And likewise, the students do their homework at school in a custody, in a restriction. Similarly, these flower students, they do their homework doors shut, and they, if they want to come out before time, that means these flowers never dare come out before time. That means before the beginning of the rainy season, before the monsoon comes, these students, these flower students, never dare come out. Okay, that means this is the feelings of the poet Rabindranath Tagore. So if they want, so if you students don't do your homework, if you neglect in your homework, then you are punished by your teachers, right? Similarly, the poet says, if they want to come out before time without doing their homework, then their teacher make them stand in a corner. They have to get some punishment by their teacher. Here teacher, who is the master? The teacher of the flower students. Right, students, is all about first standard. And when the rains come, they have their holidays. And when your school is over, students, and when school is over, how do you feel? You are really excited because you want to go home. So homecoming students from school, they feel actually excited. They excite very cheerful mind how to they go and how to reach home very soon and play with their friends and do something extra. So then these students, these flower students, they are also feel like the students who read at schools. So then when the rain comes, that means the onset of rain is the beginning of their holidays, right, students? So when the rains come, they have their holidays. That means the time has come for their enjoyment, right, students? Because holidays are the period or time of enjoyment for the students. So when the rain comes, these flower students enjoy their freedom because their holidays have come, right, students? So branches clash together in the forest, and the leaves rustle in the wild wind. The thunder clouds clap their giant hands, and the flower children rush out in dresses of pink and yellow and white. Oh, do you know, mother? Their home is in the sky where the stars are. So you see, then the poet, thinking himself as a child, a school-going little child, he goes on telling to his mother. Right, friends? And when rains come, branches clash together. Clash means make a sound when they hit together. The branches in the forest and the leaves rustling. And the leaves rustle, the rustling sound of the leaves when the wind blows through the leaves, they make a rustling sound. In the wild wind, the thunder clouds clap their giant hand. Giant, very great. Giant. Very big in size. So, students, the rains come, right? And we hear the series of thundering sound. And the poet says, no, the thunder clouds clap their giant hands together. Clap means ହାତ ତାଳି ମାରନ୍ତି। କବିଙ୍କ ଭାଷାରେ ଯେତେବେଳେ କ'ଣ ହୁଏ ନା ବର୍ଷା ଆସିଯାଏ, ବର୍ଷା ଋତୁ ଆରମ୍ଭ ହେଇଯାଏ, ବ୍ରାଞ୍ଚେସ୍ କ୍ଲାସ୍ ଟୁଗେଦର, ଗଛର ଶାଖା ମାନେ ପରସ୍ପର ତ ବାଡ଼େଇ କ'ଣ କରନ୍ତି, ଶବ୍ଦ ହୁଏ। ଆଉ କ'ଣ ହୁଏ ନା ଲିଭ୍ସ rustling in the wild wind. When rains come, the wind blows wildly, violently, forcefully, then we hear the rustling sound of the leaves. And the thunder, the poet says, no, the thunder clouds clap their very big hands. Thunder clouds ମାନେ ବାଦଲ କ'ଣ କରନ୍ତି, ବହୁତ ବିଶାଳ ହାତରେ ସତେ ଯେମିତି ତାଳି ମାରନ୍ତି। Right, students? And the flower children rush out in dresses of pink and yellow while white. And then this is the time of the holidays for the flower students. So then what do flower students do? They feel very excited and they are really very happy now. And they rush out. They come out suddenly in colorful dresses. Colorful in pink, white, yellow and different colors. Okay. Here the poet says the flower students, they are dressed in different colors. That means different colored flowers appear on the earth, on the grass, very suddenly with the onset of the monsoon, with the onset of the spring season. Right, students? So then, so do you know mother? Their home is in the sky, where the stars are. So, it's childlike feelings. The poet says to his mother, oh mother, do you know? Their home is in the sky. So then these flower students had been in their school. And they had been in their school doing their homework, doors shut. So then that is why they never appear before. But when their holidays begin, they come out suddenly and in colorful dresses. Colorful dresses means ବିଭିନ୍ନ ରଙ୍ଗର ଫୁଲ କ'ଣ ହୁଏ ନା ଆମେ ଦେଖନ୍ତି ଧରା ପୃଷ୍ଠରେ ଫୁଟିବାକୁ ଆରମ୍ଭ କରନ୍ତି। କାହିଁକି ନା ତାଙ୍କର ସ୍କୁଲ ଛୁଟି ହେଇଗଲା, ତାଙ୍କର ସେ ଛୁଟି ଦିନ ଆସିଗଲା, ତେଣୁ ସେମାନଙ୍କର ଗୋଟେ କ'ଣ ନା ଗୋଟେ ଏନ୍ଜୟମେଣ୍ଟ କରିବାର ସମୟ ଆସିଗଲା। So they are really very excited now. So then the poet goes on to say his mother, so do you know mother, so these flower students, where do they live? Yes mother, their home is in the sky. In the starry sky is their home. ସେମାନଙ୍କର ଘରଟା ମା କୋଉଠି ଜାଣିଛ? ସେମାନଙ୍କ ଘରଟା ହେଉଛି କୋଉଠି ନା ଯୋଉ ତାରା ଖସିତ ଆକାଶ, ସେମାନଙ୍କର ଘର କବିଙ୍କ ଭାଷାରେ। And have not you seen how eager they are to get there? So you know students, when the flowers bloom, they bloom towards the earth, right? So the poet feels as if they are raising their hands towards their home, towards their mother, and they are very much eager, they are very much anxious to be embraced by their mother. Like the poet feels when the school closes, the poet, what does the poet feels? How to rush home and how to embrace his mother. Right? Similarly, these flower students with the beginning of their holidays. That means as soon as the rains come and thunder clouds clap their hands, they come out in different colors. That means different color, white, blue, pink, orange, yellow, different color flowers. They appear in the earth, right? And the poet says, Mother, these flowers, and their home is in the starry sky, and they raise their hands above the sky. Why? To be embraced. They raise their hands for their mother. So don't you know why they are in such a hurry? So she then asked his mother, Mother, do you know why they are in such a hurry? Why they are so hurry? Because they want how to be embraced by their mother very soon. କେତେ ଶୀଘ୍ର ଖୁବ୍ ଶୀଘ୍ର କେମିତି ତାଙ୍କ ମା ତାଙ୍କୁ କୋଳେଇ ନେବ ସେଥିପାଇଁ ସେମାନେ ବ୍ୟଗ୍ର ବହୁତ ବ୍ୟସ୍ତ ଭିତରେ ସେମାନେ କେମିତି ଯେମିତି ତାଙ୍କ ସ୍କୁଲ ଆରମ୍ଭ ଛୁଟି ହେଇଯାଇଛି ସେମାନେ କ'ଣ କରିଛନ୍ତି ନା ଆକାଶକୁ ହାତ ବଢ଼େଇଛନ୍ତି ଟେକିଛନ୍ତି କାହା ଉଦ୍ଦେଶ୍ୟରେ ନା ସେମାନଙ୍କ ମା ଉଦ୍ଦେଶ୍ୟରେ କାରଣ ସେମାନଙ୍କ ମା ରହୁଛି କେଉଁଠି ଏ ଯେଉଁ ତାରାଖଚିତ ଆକାଶ ଯେଉଁଠି ସେ ଫ୍ଲାୱାର ଷ୍ଟୁଡେଣ୍ଟସ୍ ମାନଙ୍କର ଘର ସେଇଠି ସେମାନଙ୍କ ମା ରହୁଛି ସେ ମା ତାକୁ କେମିତି କୋଳେଇ ନେବ ସେଥିପାଇଁ ସେମାନେ ବହୁତ ବ୍ୟସ୍ତ ଭିତରେ ସୋ ଡୁ ୟୁ ନୋ ମଦର why they are in such a hurry? Of course, I can guess to whom they raise their arms. They have their mother as I have my own. So then the poet says to his mother, so do you know mother, why they are in such a hurry? Right, they are in such a hurry to meet their mother. Because, of course, the poet says, of course I know mother. ମୁଁ ଜାଣିଛି ମା ଅବଶ୍ୟ ସେ କାହିଁକି ସେ ଏତେ ବ୍ୟସ୍ତ ଏତେ ବ୍ୟଗ୍ର କ'ଣ ପାଇଁ ଆଉ ସେ କାହିଁକି ହାତ ଉପରକୁ ଟେକିଛନ୍ତି ମୁଁ ଜାଣିଛି ମା ତାର କାରଣ ହେଉଛି ତାଙ୍କ ମା କେଉଁଠି ରହୁଛି ଏ ତାରାଖଚିତ ଆକାଶ ତାଙ୍କ ଘରେ ସୋ ଆଇ କ୍ୟାନ୍ ଗେସ୍ ଟୁ ହୁମ୍ ଦେ ରାଇଜ୍ ଦେୟାର ଆର୍ମସ୍ ଦେ ହାଭ୍ ଦେୟାର ମଦର ଆଜ୍ ଆଇ ହାଭ୍ ମାଇ ଓନ୍ ମୋର ଯେମିତି ନିଜ ମା ଅଛି ମୁଁ ଯଦି ମୋ ମା ଦ୍ୱାରା କୋଳାଗିତ ହେବା ପାଇଁ ବା ମା ମୋତେ କୋଳେଇ ନେବା ପାଇଁ ମୁଁ ଯେମିତି ବ୍ୟସ୍ତ ବିବ୍ରତ ହେଇପଡ଼େ ମୋ ସ୍କୁଲ ଛୁଟି ହେଇଗଲେ ଠିକ୍ ଏଇ ଫୁଲ ଷ୍ଟୁଡେଣ୍ଟସ୍ ମାନେ ହେଲା ତାଙ୍କର ସ୍କୁଲ ଛୁଟି ହେଇଗଲା ପରେ କ'ଣ କରୁଛନ୍ତି ନା ସେମାନଙ୍କ ମା ଉଦ୍ଦେଶ୍ୟରେ ହାତ ଟେକିଛନ୍ତି ଉପରକୁ ବହୁତ ମାନେ କ'ଣ ଏକ୍ସାଇଟେଡଲି ହ୍ୱାଇ ହାଉ ଦିସ୍ ରିଚ୍ ଭେରି ସୁନ୍ ଟୁ ଦେୟାର ମଦର ଆଣ୍ଡ ଦେୟାର ମଦର ୱିଲ୍ ଏମ୍ବ୍ରାସ୍ ଟୁ ଦେମ୍ ସୋ ରାଇଟ୍ ଫ୍ରେଣ୍ଡସ୍ ୟୁ ସି ଦିସ୍ ଅଲ୍ ଆବାଉଟ୍ ଦିସ୍ ପୋଏମ୍ ଫ୍ଲାୱାର ସ୍କୁଲ and how vividly Rabindranath Tagore has described it and how nature is the inner voice of his poem. It's very obvious in this poem, right students? So I think you must have understood this poem clearly. This is my hope and this is all over for today. See you in the next class. Thank you very much.